common question is often, how often should I inspect my bees, or how should I go about doing a hive inspection, especially when we're in the middle of a honey flow? And you know, this hive, I just pulled 2 honey supers off of it to get them out of our way. So it's actually 2 deep boxes tall. So I like to do an inspection and just make sure everything is okay about once a month in general, where I'm actually inspecting for eggs, larvae, checking on the brood, etc. Other than that, I'm usually checking them about once a week, but I'm not really going down into the brood nests. I'm just looking up in those honey supers, seeing if they're storing honey, seeing if they need another super, and that's just a quick couple-minute check. But about once a month, I do go down into the brood nests and make sure that I'm seeing eggs, larvae, the brood looks healthy, etc. Or if they aren't storing anything at all up in the honey supers, that's a clue to me that something could be wrong, and then I go down and inspect down in the honey supers. But when I'm doing an inspection, that monthly inspection down in the brood nests, I'm usually just going right to the center. I'm pulling out a frame and I'm checking for eggs and larvae and healthy brood. And so you can see this is a beautiful frame of brood, one of our golden Cordovan queens. And I've got, you can't see it in the video, but I mean, I've got a lot of eggs, a lot of larvae. The larva looks healthy. We're gonna talk about, you know, European foul brood is really common this time of year, especially when it's wet and cool in the springtime. You know, European foul brood is super common, and usually goes away on its own, you know, once the weather dries out some. But I'm not seeing any signs of that in this hive. The larva all looks really healthy. With European foul brood, the larva usually looks yellowed or black and kind of shrunken down into the cell. But you can probably see the larva up in that left hand or the right hand corner, those pearly white larvae. They look great. You can see those larvae down in the cells, and they're pearly white. They're not twisted. They just have that beautiful white sheen. They're not yellowed at all, and that's what I'm looking for. So I mean, this hive looks great. You know, I pull out a couple of frames. I make sure that I'm seeing eggs, I'm seeing larvae, brood pattern looks healthy. I'm replacing that frame I pulled out to give myself some room to do an inspection. Everything looks great. I'm putting it back together, putting my honey supers back up on top, and I'm done with the inspection. So it can be as simple and quick as that. And then you know, I'll come back in a week and I'll just check those honey supers and see if I need to add more or not. But that's it for inspections this time of year.